The quantum computing companies are growing fast today. We cover the best tech, AI, quantum, and space companies in the world, and we also run our own business here. If you'd like to know more about these companies, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button for more videos like this. So let's get into it. IonQ. I just pulled up the chart. We could see we had this previous driving trend line that was starting to continue up, and this clear resistance that it's starting to pull back up towards. We also marked out IonQ while it was on its run from what was just a few dollars, around $6, up to $54.74 in a matter of a month. It sold down to $26 recovered. In that time frame when it was selling off, we had this previous resistance that was acting as a support as well. If I just kind of extend that level out here, you can see it did act as a support right here and validated it. Now it's at this next level of resistance. I think we saw it get a little bit rejected recently. See that resistance right there at around $45 a share. And now it's there. So we'll see if it consolidates. You can see the RSI, the MACD looking a little bit overextended, a little bit overbought there, and it would make sense that it continues or that it gets rejected here. It could happen. The breakout bullish play would be that it continues up. That would be hyper bullish. What would be more likely is that it would pull down to this previous resistance that it just established, this previous support as well that was already established, and that it bounces here at $42 before continuing up. So that's the look at IonQ technicals. Starting to see it bull up again. If it gets to previous highs or further, that margin for profit looks like a cool 30% more. If it did 15% today, and it did just in the past few days, what was, let's see what that was, really just in the past week, it's gone up about 68% from that crash that happened back here when Jensen made those comments about quantum computing being further away. And then IonQ at the conference in CES was able to announce that they are in fact going to be a lot closer than what it seemed. And if you guys want a video on that, I posted it here on my channel, the real quantum computing timeline revealed. If you go over to the video, guys, I don't know, I just wanted to vlog this whole thing so you could see we kind of vlogged the whole thing, and I basically was in Vegas for a few days, and you guys love that content. Thank you so much for engaging. It's got about 20k views, probably because it's the only video where we're inside seeing what they're saying about quantum computing directly from IBM, Microsoft, and companies like that, including IonQ was there. So you see their stock really since that event that happened on, what was it, the 11th or 12th right here, it's just recovered. The first day after that weekend, it continued to shoot up, and we've seen it now recover. Was 40 or 67%, and now it's at this previous resistance. The market cap, the financials, those are all things that play a role in it. So I'm going to be quick here because we have a few other companies we wanted to cover. If you guys look at IonQ, you can find them on AWS. You can find them on Microsoft. You can also see they recently changed their headline. Quantum is now. So they don't say quantum's in 10, 15 years. They actually changed it to quantum is now. And you can see Hyundai, NVIDIA, Microsoft Azure, Amazon bracket. When you have a company that starts and it says, we're going to try and become a big company, what can we do? And you see them getting support from the biggest companies in the world. So imagine you start this company and you start getting over years of working in your company. Now you have Amazon saying, we love you. NVIDIA saying, we love you. Microsoft saying, we're going to support you. Not only are we going to support you, we're going to make your technology available to all people who use our platforms. That's what's happening here. That's why this company is doing well, is because not only are they partnered with some of the big, you see University of Maryland there, with some of the biggest companies in the world, but they're innovating and they're growing fast. And if you want to find what's the future of technology looks like in the future, simply follow the most innovative and forward looking companies in the world. And for decades, those companies have been Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and more recently, but still just as prominently, Nvidia over the past few years. And Nvidia has seen that before AI came about or was a prominent part of our daily lives with ChatGPT and now agentic AI, Nvidia was saying we need to build the data centers that are going to support this massive change in technology. So we didn't have AI, but for years they were just building the data center saying it's going to require a lot of computing power. It's going to require a lot of computing power. And then what happens this year or the past few years, we've had ChatGPT come and more of an AI boom. And who's benefiting? The companies that built the data center. So Nvidia becomes the most valuable company in the world. You see it there. Same thing is true with a lot of this quantum computing. Why are these companies that are so forward looking investing into and partnering with IonQ? It's pretty simple. They see the future of how this changes things. You can see on their website how it changes drug discovery. With 1,000 qubits, we can help revolutionize pharmaceutical industry. Quantum machine learning. With 40 physical qubits, we can help begin making more smarter robots, homes, cars, and more. Direct carbon sequestration. So clean the air, fight climate change. How do we pull CO2 out of the air? Better battery materials. With 250 algorithmic qubits, we could help extend range and usefulness of electronics. I even heard that and I've said this to you guys before, but they took 30 million data points of the ionic battery, the lithium ion battery, brought it down to 8 options and improved the lithium ion battery efficiency by 70%. And within 6 months of running their quantum computer in tandem with CPU, GPU setup with AI, they're able to get the lithium ion battery improved in that way. And so you're going to see a lot of new tech. Some of the new tech we saw was like the see-through glass is something you can see with Hyundai. They're partnered, right? If you guys search Hyundai, let me not totally misspell this name. If you search Hyundai, Hyundai, and then you go to their partnership, I don't know what the partnership was called, but I'm just going to say glass display, and we'll probably see the partnership somewhere. Holographic Mobis. This is it. Mobis.com. Have you guys seen, maybe you've seen this, where they have glass that is see-through? It is 100% see-through. Normal glass. But they have tech that allows you to put holograms on the glass. So it's either see-through or holographic and you have images. And you can see big things of glass. I don't know which one this was at, but we saw it at CES. It was really cool. They filled me in because we had the media pass. They gave me the full rundown of the technology. You saw LG building this glass. They do it as a sticker. It's a see-through sticker you slap on something and you have holographic tech. Now, I've always said I think the iPhone's just going to be pure glass with like a little bar that is the computer at the bottom, and the whole thing's going to be just see-through. I don't know, that'd be cool. But when we look at the companies they're working with, IonQ, they're working with companies that are trying to build quantum tech. It's the same thing with that analogy of like, you see this phone, like if you turn on your flashlight and you see that light right there, it's like if you would have asked somebody 100 years ago this light that you could touch it without being burned, then they would say that you're crazy, right? And so that's quantum technology in the making. We see it all around us. You can see it with some of the virtual reality getting advanced. That's why I'm looking forward to NVIDIA and Zuckerberg talking. I think it's March 20th at their quantum computing section of their conference that they're doing. That's going to be really interesting. We'll definitely be looking at that NVIDIA conference. Possibly we'll make it out there. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so the company, they're working with a lot of other businesses. They're plugging in their quantum computers. They're testing them out. And There you can see they're in the space industry with Lockheed Martin. They're with Air Force. They're in GE Electric, and also, I mean, every single industry. Just by being partners there with Nvidia, you'll see that develop. So a lot of things happening on the fundamental side. Their financials, we've looked at them. They don't look the healthiest, and that's normal. What you kind of look forward to if you're an investor in quantum is this $2.7 billion quantum initiative. That's a bill that's basically going through right now that might get signed. It already got signed in 2017 to 2021, I believe it was, for about a 1 billion, a little bit over 1 billion. Now they're doubling it to 2.7 billion. The US is doubling down on quantum tech. If that $2.7 billion initiative gets signed, that's going to be huge stimulus for these companies as well. And so we're going to be keeping on with the quantum companies. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. Hopefully you are looking at IonQ with some caution today, just because it pushed up so much. We could potentially see a sell-off. If we look at this previous support, it is at a point, wow, that looks like a lot of lines, but I promise it's not that complicated, that it could get rejected here. If it breaks up, they'll be kind of back into this previous trend that we saw, and we will see if it holds above that. Really, that $45 range would be a really nice level to break up for hyperbull case or getting back into swings. What's more likely to happen is kind of between this level of $36 and $42. We'll see if an opportunity presents itself at market open. If you guys would like to watch me trade live every day at market open, get access to surround yourself with other traders and investors, it's that second link down below, Stockmate. Right now you can join with that code down there we have for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.